Your motivation depends on your type of thinking, how to know it. Figure out who you are so you'll be more willing to take on work tasks and find common ground with coworkers more easily. Let's say you get a challenging assignment in some area that you're not very familiar with or haven't dealt with at all before. What motivates you to roll up your sleeves and get down to business? That in the process you'll develop some skills and broaden your horizons. But that you'll impress the person who gave you the task and earn praise. The answer depends on your type of thinking. When they talk about approach to work, they distinguish two. One inclined toward learning and one inclined toward encouragement. 1. Learning prone mindset type. People with this type are motivated by the desire to become more competent and learn something new. They don't expect loud praise for the information they've gathered, but experience the satisfaction of improving their skills and expanding their knowledge. This is the main reward for them. Signs. You spend a lot of your free time learning different things, even if it doesn't bring any particular benefit. You just enjoy it. You're the one that colleagues, or maybe a supervisor, turn to when they need information. They're convinced that you know how to find it, and consider you a source of knowledge. When faced with a difficult question or unfamiliar topic, you experience joyful anticipation, not fear. Pros of dot. You are constantly evolving. You accept criticism more easily because you see it as an opportunity to learn something. You are more likely to retain information in your long-term memory, because you are not trying to use it only for fleeting gain. Minus. An almost constant desire to learn new things and improve skills can be overwhelming and can even lead to exhaustion. The brain requires more energy than any other human organ. It consumes 20% of the body's calories. If you strain your brain without a break, you can drive yourself to burnout. 2. The type of thinking that tends to encourage. People with this type are strongly motivated by recognition and praise. It is not the acquisition of new knowledge that gives them satisfaction, but the approval they are rewarded for the task performed. It is important for them to get a favorable opinion of their competence, and to avoid negative judgments. Signs. You feel most satisfied when you receive positive feedback and recognition from your colleagues. You readily agree that other people's opinions about you are very important to you. You are always looking for opportunities to share your knowledge and teach someone. Pros. You are very conscientious about how your actions are judged by your colleagues. You have a well-developed short-term memory. So if you constantly have to memorize and give out new information at work, that's a big advantage. Minus dot. If you constantly rely on external approval, there's a higher risk of experiencing frustration and disappointment. Not everyone knows how to give positive feedback. According to a survey, 37% of executives never do it at all. Why it's important to know your type of thinking. You can't say one type is better than another. They're different, and each has its own advantages and disadvantages. What's more, you can lean toward one or the other depending on the situation. But still one of them will show up more often. That's why it's worth identifying your dominant type. You'll find the best way to motivate yourself. Before scolding yourself for laziness and apathy, when there is no desire to work, think about what motivates you. Learning or encouragement. Then it will be easier to find the right carrot to get yourself to work. You will improve your relationship with your supervisor. Ideally, he himself should try to understand what motivates you and helps you perform better. Otherwise, it's worth telling him about it. If you have realized that you are inclined to learn, offer to assign you to work on big complex issues of research. If you're inclined to encourage, let them know that positive feedback energizes you and ask them to share it more often, not just point out your mistakes. This may seem like a scary conversation, but in the end you both win. Your manager will understand how to better formulate tasks for you in order to make you even more interested in the work, and you will get a more comfortable working environment. It will be easier for you to communicate with your colleagues. You are bound to have different ways of thinking with some of them, and this can lead to conflicts. Understanding your own motivation will help you get to know others better and establish communication with them. Thank you for watching the video to the end. Please subscribe and like it. It will be the best motivation for me to release videos more often. Let's get better together. Write your opinion about the video in the comments. See you around.